Hello, and welcome to Live His Truth podcast, where we discuss topics that are relevant and we dive in and try to find truth to back it up, and we use scripture to help us apply it to our lives. Today, we're going to talk about social media and the effects it has on our mental health. All right, so let's get started. About a month ago, I decided to create a survey and put it out there on some of my personal social media sites, and even sent it to a couple people that I just really wanted to kind of get a little bit more diverse information, considering I was only able to have 10 participants in the survey. And this was done on SurveyMonkey. So the first question that I had on there was, what social media platform were the participants using the most? So the results on that, we can see that 60% used Facebook, and on the other category, people chose TikTok. Then another question I had was, of the media that they consumed, did they feel that it was completely accurate, somewhat accurate, not really sure, or not at all accurate? Of those results, 70% felt that the media they consumed was somewhat accurate or truthful. Another question I asked in the survey pertained to what they used the social media for. According to the results from the survey, 60% of the participants use social media for leisure or pleasure. Another important question the survey asked was, how much time do you spend on social media? Looking at the results here, we can see that 60% of the participants spent more than 2 hours a day engaged in social media consumption. Taking all of these into consideration, the question comes to mind with the rising mental health issues in America especially, is social media really good for your mental health? I also looked up some statistics. Here I found an article on Cross River Therapy, 49 scary social media and mental health statistics. So let's take a look at these. Here we see that 86% of 18 to 29-year-olds use some type of social media platform. 80% of people aged 30 to 49 and 64% of people aged 50 to 64 are on social media. We also see from this list of statistics that more than 6 out of 10 men and 5 out of 10 women have social media addiction. According to these statistics, mental health disorders affect 13% of the world's population. That's quite a bit. According to research here on this particular website, anxiety, stress, depression, body image concerns, and loneliness are all contributed to heavy social media use. Little interesting. With all that in mind, I feel intention is important, to say the least. Now, after thinking about all of the things that we just talked about the platforms, the amount of time spent, the effects that it has on mental health from the websites that we just took a look at, let's just say that the average adult consumes social media anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day. Saying that information is somewhat truthful, can we say that that's beneficial to us? Should we be more intentional on what it is we're consuming? Is it truthful? Is it encouraging? Is it helping us? Or is it bogging down our minds and causing us to get depressed or anxious or even aggravated and agitated? Or it was distorting our thoughts and our perspective on other things. I think the scripture from Ephesians says, "Be renewed in the spirit of our minds." I think this is truly important, because we're not renewing our minds when we're scrolling through social media. I think that for the most part, even if you don't want to apply scripture or you don't believe in the Bible and you say, well, I don't need that, I don't need to listen to that. Well, just think about this. Even if you don't believe in that and you're watching this video, maybe you're realizing that you're stuck in a rut, or you're finding yourself overly anxious or depressed a lot. Maybe we should go back and review what it is we do with our time. And when we are using social media, is the stuff that we're consuming, is that a factor? it shows in the statistics that it does have a negative impact for people who over consume social media. So I would just say, the end of this, to sum it all up, let's just be more mindful. Let's be more thoughtful about what we do, what we take into our minds, so that whenever we go out and we're around other people, that negativity and that bad isn't being spread out. Instead, we're spreading love. We're spreading truth. Let's be mindful of what we say. And to do that, we need to be focusing on what's going on up here. So I thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any suggestions for future podcasts, leave me a comment down below, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Have a blessed day, and let's be a light and live His truth.